In my last video, we looked at survivor speeds, and in this video, we're going to be looking at killer speeds. Specifically, who is the fastest killer, and just how fast can we make them go. Unlike my other videos, this isn't necessarily going to be a super tough to pull off 2-second boost, but no, this is actually useful sort of thing. So let's get into it by looking at base walking speeds for killers. These are speeds without their power. From slowest to fastest, at 3.85 meters per second, we have the Nurse. At 4.4 meters per second, we have the Hag, Huntress, Spirit, and Deathslinger. And at 4.6 meters per second, we have Trapper, Wraith, Billy, Myers, that is in tier 2 or 3, Doctor, Bubba, Freddy, Pig, Clown, Legion, Plague, Ghostface, Demo, Oni, Triangle Brain, Blight, and Charlotte. And also Victor. He's there too. Perks that alter movement speed are Play with Your Food, which grants a 5% boost for each time you're chasing the obsession and let them escape, up to a maximum of 3 tokens, so a 15% boost. Hex, no one escapes death, which gives a plus 4% when the exit gates are powered, and Agitation, which gives a plus 18% boost when carrying a survivor. We're going to discount Agitation, however, as carrying movement speed is lower than walking movement speed. We're left with Play with Your Food and No One Escapes Death, which both stack with any scenario, including powers. So the killers of movement speed altering powers are Wraith at 5.06 meters per second while cloaked, Billy at 9.2 meters per second while chainsaw sprinting, the Nurse at 13.33 meters per second while blinking, Bubba at 5.29 meters per second while chainsaw sweeping, the Pig at 6.9 meters per second while ambushing, the Spirit at 7.04 meters per second while phasing, Legion at 5.2 meters per second while in a frenzy, Demo at 18.4 meters per second while shredding, Oni at 7.82 meters per second while in a demon dash, and the Blight at 9.2 meters per second while rushing. Finally, the Twins at 6 meters per second while Victor is unleashed. We're going to focus in on the Pig, Wraith, Billy, Bubba, Spirit, Oni, Blight, and the Twins here. These are all killers where a persistent movement speed boost would potentially drastically change their effectiveness, so that's my justification for not covering the Nurse. Because of course the Nurse is going to be 13.3 meters per second while blinking. Of course the Nurse is going to be the fastest, but it doesn't look cool, so I'm not doing it. Starting with the Pig. All we can do is throw Play with Your Food and no add-on, then ambush. Nice and easy. That's 8.21 meters per second. The Wraith has 3 add-ons, which increase movement speed while cloaked. Windstorm Mud, which gives a moderate increase, here meaning 12%. Windstorm White, which gives a considerable increase, here meaning 16%. And Windstorm Blood, which gives a tremendous increase, here meaning plus 20%. With our 2 perks and White and Blood add-ons, we get 7.84 meters per second when cloaked. Billy has 2 add-ons which help. Death engravings with a slight increase, here meaning plus 15%, and Doom engravings with a moderate increase, here meaning plus 20%. Including our perks, we get 14.17 meters per second when chainsaw sprinting. Bubba has 2 add-ons which actually decrease sweeping speed in exchange for other benefits. Depth Gauge Rake and Carburetor Tuning Guide. His other movement speed altering add-ons are Knife Scratches, which give a slight increase of 2%, and the Beast's Marks with a moderate increase of 3%. That's 6.56 meters per second. Spirit has 1 speed decreasing add-on. Gyaku Yoke Amulet at a considerable decrease of 15%. Let's ignore that. Zori is a slight increase of plus 5%. Muddy Sports Day Cap is a moderate increase of plus 10%. Dirty Uwabaki is a considerable increase of plus 15%. And Mother-Daughter Ring is a tremendous increase of plus 40%. The highest we've seen so far in a single add-on. Whilst phasing, that's 12.25 meters per second. So next up are the Oni, the Blight, and the Twins. What's interesting is that their movement speed altering add-ons are very different to other killers, opting for set values rather than percentage changes. The Oni has 2 add-ons, Black and Toenail and Bloody Sash, which increase blood absorption speeds. They're both slower than his Demon Dash, so we'll ignore those. He also has the Kanai Anzen Talisman, which increases Demon Dash speed moderately at a set value of plus 0.64 meters per second, and Akito's Crutch, which considerably increases Demon Dash speed at a set value of 1 meter per second. So in total, that's 10.95 meters per second. Now we come to the Blight. The Blighted Rat add-on gives a plus 4% increase to rush movement speed for each consecutive rush, and the Blighted Crow add-on gives a 6% increase for each consecutive rush. You can chain up to 4 rushes for a top speed of 14.63 meters per second. So here's a problem. You might have noticed there that each rush and slam counts as an aggressive action, taking 1 token away from play with your food. And by the time we reach terminal velocity, we have 0 tokens left. So our actual top speed is 13.25 meters per second. By the way, before you say, I haven't forgotten about the Adrenaline Vial add-on. With that add-on, we can chain together up to 6 rushes, but the top speed is 12.88 meters per second, which is slower than the Blighted Rat add-on. Adrenaline Vial add-on, don't want to hear about it in the comments. Thank you. Finally, the twins. Well, specifically Victor. The Madeline Scarf add-on gives Victor a slight increase of 0.4 meters per second, and the Forest Stew add-on gives a moderate increase of 0.6 meters per second. This totals 8.14 meters per second. So the fastest out of these is Billy when chainsaw sprinting. 14.17 meters per second is 354.25% a survivor's base running speed, and 131.69% the terminal velocity we calculated in my last video. But how does this actually look in-game? Now, I understand that coming up with these crazy theories and doing them exclusively in custom games is a little bit unsatisfying, but unfortunately I didn't have the blood points nor the perks and add-ons required to test this out in real public games. So we did some custom games with Billy and Spirit, and I told the guys to treat it as if it were a real game, just don't complete totems, to ensure that we get the bonus from no one escapes death at the end. But as we need know it and play with your food to be active, here's how it's going to work. We'll get to play with your food stacks, and then sit in the corner of the map until the last gen is powered. Hopefully, they won't destroy our precious totems, and if they do, I guess I'll just have to re-record the footage. But let's go. Oh, you guys are pretty solo rank, you saw what killer I'm playing, right?
So can we just do anything?
Do it, you get the game done, get the game done. Play it as a regular game.
Oh yeah, doesn't it overheat now?
Yeah.
That's what I said.
I'm fucking stupid.
No!
You're getting stacked, you fat fuck. The exposed videos on you, dude.
Oh, I did that.
We don't need to do anything.
There he is. Open them. Alright.
Does anyone have died? That was so
Me.
Fuck!
Can't have blood
Can we
warding.
leave Shane? Can we literally...
No, you can't. You've got blood warding.
Oh yeah, I got Noed. Where's Matt?
I'm out.
No, you're not. No! The abandonment.
You hooked, so you can't try and unhook yourself.
Yeah.
I didn't have to use my build pad now. He's got a horn. Whoa! He's chasing me for when his no-edge comes up. Help! Help!
Have
Help!
fun.
Help!
Matt. Look.
Okay, now you can. Oh, Pigeon ran out!
Know where the doors are.
Pigeon abandoned you guys! Oh, I can only open one of the doors. I can't open both doors.
Been started on your car.
Hi, Shane.
Shane! He's not gonna kill Shane.
No, please.
I've got a valid point.
God, man, can you imagine if I had Undying?
You do have Undying.
That'd be cringe, wouldn't it? Ah! No, no! Disappointed, but not. No! What?
Yeah.
No! So, there you have it. The fastest possible killer builds tested on a variety of killers. with a little example of how it might actually look in-game at the end there. I suck at Billy, by the way, if you couldn't tell. That didn't look too great at the end there. My Dead by Daylight podcast, Dead by Podcast, is now available on Spotify. There is a link in the description to check out episode 5 of that. That episode is also up on YouTube. We're going to try and get a new episode of that out once every other Friday. It's not going to be uploaded in its full onto YouTube anymore. We're just going to be putting it up onto Spotify, and there'll be a little highlights video on this channel every single time we post a new episode. My brother Jack, who I do that podcast with, just uploaded a really decent Dead by Daylight compilation. You should check that out. Link in the description. Oh. I saw you throw it! By the way, I'm not going to be doing another video on movement speed that includes the clowns plus 10%. I don't think it's a significant enough boost to warrant doing an entire other video about it. Maybe at some point, if I do a small theory idea video, I'll cover it there, but I don't have plans to do that just yet. Thank you for watching. Thank you for getting me to 1.5k subscribers. What the That's insane, man. That's insane. Thank you so much. I will see you next time.